Last week, I was told that there was a decision made not to work with me because I am the mother of small children. I hope you're fuming with me. If this does not surprise you, then you might already work in the space industry or a male-dominated field where you know that there is still discrimination against women, against other minorities. Unfortunately, it's usually in the background. And in fact, 8 years ago, when I was pregnant with my first child, I feared this discrimination so much that I was really hesitant to become public with my pregnancy. I reached out to women that I respected in the field, well-established women leaders who I knew were mothers, to get reassurance that they not only succeeded in being leaders in the space sector, they thrived. And I really wanted them to tell me that it was going to be all right. But then I got peeks that things were not always well behind the surface, behind closed doors. When I gave birth to my first child and I was volunteering as part of a committee, I was disinvited from a committee meeting because I asked if I could bring my daughter. And at that time, I was bringing my baby along to most anything, so I knew exactly when to take her away. If she started fussing, I knew exactly how to put her to sleep. Like, I was not going to put her in a situation of being disruptive, but still, I was disinvited. I was told not to come to this committee meeting, and I ended up resigning from that committee. I remember being pregnant with my second child and interviewing for a volunteer position. That was just a formality interview. I pretty much had the position. It was just getting through that interview with the rest of the panel, and I mentioned that I was pregnant, and suddenly that position was no longer open to me. So behind the surface, I have always known that there was discrimination happening against me, and I still have no way of determining how much people look at me and say, she is not capable of doing her job. She is less than because she is a woman, because she is a mother. I am still so furious, and I hope that you feel that fury bundling up inside you. I actually began my business just a few weeks after my first kid was born. So I have been a mother and a small business owner side by side, building my small business at the same time as being a mother and learning how to be a mother. And it is one of those things that was very challenging at first. I was part-time. I created the company to be part-time initially, and then built the company into what it is today. And it has thrived. The past 6 months, my company's revenue is up. The number of team members is up. The number of clients is up. The output is up. I'm finally feeling like my company is growing and scaling in ways that I want it to. Not as fast as I'd like, but still, I am a mother of 4. And my company is growing because I am still a scientist. I am still a professional. I am still capable of doing the job that I set out to do. And you know what? I have excellent time management skills because I have to. And so for outsiders to look at me and say, she cannot do a job because she is a mother of young children, mind-boggling. And I do wonder, this person who said this, he is a father. And I do wonder how he would have felt if at one time or another, if someone had told him, we decided not to work with you because you are the father of young children. Men don't get told this. Men do not get discriminated against in the same way that women still get discriminated against today, even in a forward-thinking industry such as the space industry. But the one thing that keeps me going really strong is the number of people who have reached out and thanked me for being present as a working mother. This is men and women who have thanked me for bringing my babies to conferences and meetings, who have thanked me about being public, about being a mother. And that impact far outweighs any business that I've lost or any opportunities that I've lost because of being a mother and being open about being a mother. And so I'm going to continue to be open about being a mother of small children. Today, I got an ultrasound for my 5th child and learned that I'm having my 3rd boy. And I am absolutely thrilled. And if you think I've accomplished a lot as being a small business owner, as being the author of 2 books, as running a online community, as all the things that I have done with 4 kids, just wait until you see what I'm able to accomplish with 5 kids. If you are a woman in the space industry and you are feeling that same frustration that I feel, please reach out to me. Know that you can always count on me for support, for advice, any advice that I can give. I will try to champion you if I'm able in the ways that others have championed me and supported me. And I'm ever grateful for their support that keep me going. And I know that I don't need the business of people who are going to discriminate against me. I don't need the business of the man who I spoke with last week, who denied me the opportunity of telling him whether or not I was too busy, whether or not I wanted to work with him. I don't need that. I'm at the point now in my business where I can pick and choose clients, I can pick and choose opportunities, but not everyone is there. And so 8 years ago, when I was pregnant with my first child, just starting, no, in fact, I hadn't even started my business yet because the business that I was currently working for was in the process of failing. And so I hadn't yet officially started my business. So 8 years ago, I was in no position to feel like I could turn away business. I felt like every single client counted, every single opportunity counted. But just know that that is not necessarily true. You do not need to work with people who are not going to treat you fairly. You do not need to work with people who are going to discriminate against you because of who you are. So be true to yourself. It really is so important that you are true to yourself so that others can see you and be inspired by you. And that's what I'm trying to do here today in front of the camera, being vulnerable, because people might be watching who might be inspired by my vulnerability, by my truth, by being true to who I am and authentic to who I am, a mother, soon to be 5 young children, running a small business. Thank you all for your support.